They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Hi.
Hot oil.
What you
What's
making?
that mean?
Fish.
Well, it's not hot now, but it's going to be fish. You know
Yum.
what we don't have?
Fish.
Fish. Not too long ago, went to Bluegrass Aquaponics. Now, they had a system set up where they had filters and they were growing vegetables through the byproduct of the fish waste. It was just fantastic. Now, that's a very modified, very current way to do this sort of thing. Now, there's a good old-fashioned way, too.
What's that?
A farm pond. Did you ever think about taking your farm pond and actually structuring it so that you can have fish, raise fish, feed fish, catch fish, eat fish?
Good idea.
That's good old-fashioned aquaculture. And I know somebody who has a pond that's doing that.
Who's that?
Rick Hill.
Really?
Now remember years ago we went to Rick's house when we first started our show. Now he's got this cool Willys Jeep from the 1940s. I mean that in itself's worth the trip to take a look at. But he is actually using, these aren't huge ponds. These aren't 12-acre lakes or 15-acre lakes. He's got maybe a half acre up front, an acre in the back, and he's got probably hundreds and hundreds of catfish.
Yum.
That's his aquaculture. Let's go see if we can catch one.
Okay.
Come back here. I've been working on some batters. Okay?
And I'm starving.
We got some grease right here we can heat up. So let's go right over the hill,
Okay.
Shelby County, old-fashioned aquaculture, and see if we can come up with a fish dinner.
Think you'll catch one?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We got a good chance. Well, how about that? Man, oh man, that just took it. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Do we need the net?
He's coming to the bank.
What's he doing? Is it a little guy?
No.
Holy cow.
No.
Keep that hook.
No. Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now that's eating right there.
Way to go.
Looky there. We're back with Rick Hill. Years ago, we did a show with him. You remember he had a cool Willys Jeep. We were fishing for catfish and you were raising asparagus, which I saw the asparagus patch on the way in. Now that was back in the early 70s. And your place is in the Ozark Mountains, deep hid in a private place. We can't tell anybody, we have to kill them,
That's right. It's a long
and
way.
we don't want to kill anybody. You are the old-fashioned aquaculturist. Very simply, you've got a pond here. What? How many acres? A couple acres?
It's just an acre.
That's an acre.
It just looks
bigger. Seems bigger.
Uh-huh.
Full of fish.
But yeah, I have fish in both ponds.
Protein.
Oh, absolutely.
Good, clean protein.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, being that this is your pond, it's just runoff. It's good,
Right.
clean water. You're not
It's
spraying
mostly
anything.
a wooded watershed. We've got 62 acres and about half of it feeds into these two.
Now, let's talk about the fact that even if you have a small place like an acre, you probably have enough protein in there if things got bad and the world got hit by a huge comet.
Well,
you could feed your family for a long period of time.
well, until we vaporize.
Well, don't vaporize. Just don't vaporize. But you have, now this is not something you see every day. Hold this beautiful specimen up here. What is that?
It's a blue cat.
Now, how can you tell the difference between a channel cat?
The anal fin on the blue cat is longer, has more rays, and is more like a barber's comb, whereas a shorter and a little more convex. Of course, I look at the colors and whatnot, and they always have a more purplish gray color to me. Small channel cats is what mostly are in the pond, and they're the easiest to raise. I just experimented and threw a few of these in a long time ago.
Now, if I didn't know any better, you sound like you have been around fish. I mean, how in the world could that be? You sound to me like you've been around fish a long time. You know, I knew this guy one time, he used to draw pictures of fish all the time. He even had something called the Fishes of Kentucky.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I wish I could have met that guy. He seemed like a cool guy. But his name was Hill, too. Wait a minute.
That's amazing.
You could not be the same guy, could you?
It could be an amazing coincidence.
You know what? You and I started hanging out together by accident years ago. I showed up in Frankfurt at this job, this amazing job where we got to go around and shock fish and do all these amazing things. We started in fisheries.
That's right.
You later became the artist for the magazine.
Right.
And have done artwork, not only here, but I mean, you've done artwork for saltwater fishes. You do carvings, amazing stuff.
Yeah, I did fish carvings for years for a gallery in Palm Beach, Florida. Did saltwater,
amazing,
sport fish.
Beautiful stuff. You could have been Ernest Hemingway at one time. Somebody wanted to set you up in the Keys. I still got to question that.
It's true.
But you still work for the department to do the artwork up there. I took over as host.
Right.
About the same time as you took over as department artist back in the, whenever it was.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. Then you retired to this beautiful Ozark Mountain Resort. Not. So you have an existing body of water that's an acre, half acre. Or you just wanted to have somebody come in with a bulldozer and, you know, of course you have to make sure it'll hold water. Well, what would you recommend?
It's a good source of food and sport and just fun. And it's a good way to introduce kids to fishing. If you've got property, I always think it's a good idea. Of course, you got to check to make sure your land is suitable for a pond. I think on your farm, you looked into it and they told you, the extension service, that it might not be a good idea.
I'm the king of sinkholes.
Sinkholes. You got a lot of sinkholes, they probably won't hold water. So you talk to your extension agent, talk to neighbors around, see how their ponds hold. If you've got a suitable spot, it's a great addition to a farm. It's a real asset to have.
There are places where you can actually, all around Kentucky, there are fish trucks.
It all has to be private now for farm ponds. There's several hatcheries that supply the state with fish, and they go to farm stores quite often with like the fish truck, and you can come and buy what you want.
You know, I remember the old days Doc was talking about, buddy, way back in the day.
Right.
He used to talk about them coming on trains.
Yeah.
Back during the Depression, they would help people get their little farm started.
Yeah, and the fish would be in milk cans, I think.
Yeah.
Then. You can feed the fish if you want to. It's fun because the kids can watch them, and you can put some weight on those catfish really fast. That's an amateur form of aquaculture, and it's just a lot of fun. All the farm stores sell fish food, floating fish food, and that way you can see your fish and they grow faster. The bluegills will start coming to it as well.
All right, this is, to me, is the perfect size catfish for consumption. What would he weigh? 4 pounds, 3-4 pounds?
Well, we can look and see. He's about 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I tend to underestimate because I used to get a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice fish.
He's solid.
Can you pretty much count on coming up here and getting dinner?
Pretty much.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
You got him trained?
Yeah. Well, not trained.
I'm just kidding. Well, let me tell you what. Is this a possibility that I could take this home and work on my batter?
Absolutely.
I like your thinking. You're going to be my guinea pig now, right?
First, you got to let me clean it for you.
Oh, twist my arm.
I didn't think I'd have to twist very hard.
Just pretty much the same as filleting a bass or anything. Go right down, pectoral fin, boom, down the back, cut out the rib cage, nothing to it.
Basically the same. Filleting a scaled fish is a little easier.
Yeah.
When it comes to removing the skin.
Holds up that outside.
Yes, but it's still doable.
All right.
I can do it.
So you're going to be the guinea pig. You and Jean are going to try a couple, see what you like.
Sounds good.
Thank you, dude.
You're welcome.
I like to go fishing.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. You're not normal if it doesn't.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
And just like that, we're back in the kitchen. Now the oil is hot. Hey, one little tip about your oil, and I've noticed this a million times. If you're frying inside and you have one of these easy fryer type things, if you set it on 295, you better have you a separate temperature just in case, because it's an automatic
Right.
on and off. And many times I've tried and checked it. If it says 295, this is saying 340.
That's not good.
That's not good. So a lot of times if you're frying your stuff and you find out that, boom, it's black or it's way
Yeah.
overdone, you don't want to overdo your stuff. You'll find that a thermometer,
Very
an
helpful.
external thermometer is a nice thing to have. Now we've got catfish.
You got a nice fish. Good job.
Been soaking in buttermilk. You don't have to soak it very long. We've also got some oysters.
Yum.
Now Rick and Gina are on their way over here.
So we can't eat it all. We got to save some for them.
We've got to save some for
Okay.
them. Which one you want to do first?
I don't care. Whatever you think. Probably the fish.
Let's try
You
the
got some
fish
nice
and see. Look at this fish.
Pure white, beautiful.
And I hate to say this, but we got some store-bought catfish the other day.
Wasn't good, was it?
It didn't look like this. So let's put one in here. I got 2 different batters going tonight. I want you to tell
Okay.
me what you like, and then we're gonna have them try. I like to have folks over to use as guinea pigs. Rick and Gina are gonna come over and try this. See which one they like the best. I'm gonna keep this separate.
So what's different about your batters?
I can't
You're not
tell you,
telling
it's
me?
top secret.
Okay.
It is top secret.
So how are we going to know which is which?
All right, that one's on that side, and this one's
Okay.
on this side. And I know what I put in each one of them.
All right.
And I want you to tell me which one you like the best.
Do I try to guess what's in it?
You can.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people have been asking about our cow and calf, Mother Maybelle and Mo.
Getting big.
Get big. You know, she'll eat apples out of your hands.
She's sweet as
very
can be.
sweet. Mo, he looks at us and
He's
kicks his feet
bad.
up.
He's bad.
Everybody says, oh, you're not going to be able to eat that calf.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Now, I talked to Todd today on the
Okay.
phone. Now, here's something that's interesting. This calf is still eating milk.
And he's big as almost as big as his mother.
He's probably 500-600 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's very healthy. He's very mean.
Yes, he is. He is mean.
He's your typical young male. And he likes to escape. Mm-hmm. And I'll start talking to Todd about when you might want to eat something like that. He said it's wide open.
Really?
He said you can take them when they're 500 pounds. You can take them when they're 1,100 pounds. Being that it's just us,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 600, 650, 700 pounds.
Would the meat be more tender, being a slittler?
It will. And you know what? We eat meat. Unapologetic about that.
Right.
We used to take 4 or 5 deer a year, but now that we're raising some lambs, and we'll probably only take 2 deer. We raised a pig recently. We have a lot of meat. So I'm thinking that I'd rather have a 600-pound in the freezer than a 1,200-pound. What do you think?
So sooner than later. I
Sooner
like
than
it. I
later.
like it, yes.
So what we're thinking about doing, and I talked to Todd about this, she needs to get bred again.
We love Maybelle.
We love Maybelle.
Yeah, she's a
So
pet.
Maybelle is going to go to his house
Okay.
where he has bulls. We're going to drop him off for his makeover.
Okay.
And when she is sufficiently bred, we bring her back. We're going to put in a permanent fence down here for her because we love Maybelle. Then we have another calf. We know where the meat comes from. I can't wait.
And we'll
for
be
this
here
whole
when the calf
process.
is born. I
That's what
like
I'm saying.
that. Okay.
Now Todd's coming back shortly. We're going to talk to him about this whole thing. And we've learned so much.
Yeah, we have.
Learned so much. Now we're going to learn how
To eat fish?
those fish taste. All right, I think it's sufficiently cooled. Let's pick a piece off.
Which one?
Now, this was this one.
Okay.
And this was this one.
So I gotta go like this.
Let's see which one you think is the best.
Yum. I like that a lot. They're both good.
So which one do you like the best?
I like them both. Maybe that one. A little peppery.
Got a little
more.
lemon flavor in it? Mm-hmm. All right. You know what we need?
What?
Is some dessert.
Yeah, we do. We always need dessert.
You know where we went recently? Casey County. Now, you remember we went to visit Todd? Mm-hmm. And I came back with a bag of the world's best granola?
And all kinds of treats, too.
Oh, my. So we visited Staat's Bakery in Casey County.
Did you bring stuff home?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Piles and piles of it. Let's go visit them right now. We're in Casey County.
Casey County.
Staat's Bakery.
Yes,
Let me
you
tell you
are.
what. Here's what I know about your granola.
Okay.
Because it says it on there, the best granola on planet Earth. I've been a lot of places on planet Earth. I've never had any better granola.
Well, that's why we call it that, until somebody proves us otherwise.
I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
All right.
Even if it didn't say that, if you ate it, you would know.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me tell you what. Now, the first one I had was the pineapple walnut.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had the almond raisin.
Yep.
And then I tried the pecan cranberry, and I can't tell you which one's my favorite.
They're all good. Pecan cranberry is the one that we sell the most of.
Is it really?
People like pecans, they like cranberries, and pineapple walnut is a close second. It's not quite as nutty, and I think people like that.
All right, I found you through a friend. Mm-hmm. Now, that's the way a lot of things happen. Todd's a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
Bought a cow from him. He says, you've got to try this product. So he had a little bag of stuff, and we tried out just about everything. Now, the great thing about some of your shortbreads and things like that is they weren't just overwhelmingly sweet. You know how some stuff is just too sweet?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You've got it to where it's just right on the granola and everything. It's just right. How did you get to that? How did you get there?
Sometimes it's dumb luck. Sometimes it's a really good recipe and some tweaking. And for some of the things that we have, they're family recipes. Some with the granola, it was kind of dumb luck. You know, I was making the granola, and I wanted to make granola bars. And so I had an old caramel recipe that my mom used to make because she didn't have a lot of money growing up. So she'd come home, she'd make caramel on the stove, so she'd have something to munch on. And so I took that and mixed it in with the granola. That was going to be the binder to make the bars. And it just kind of stopped there. I never got to the point of making the bars because it tasted really good and people didn't care, and then they wanted it. And it just kind of went there. So that was just absolute dumb luck. Some of the other things, it's just a good recipe and a little tweaking with it.
Now, how many products do you actually do here?
Around 15 or 20, but we're kind of scaling it back to do maybe about a half dozen really good. Because if we can do that, there's nothing else that we need to do. There's a cheesecake guy in California. He makes one cheesecake. That's it. And he's been in business for 20 years. He's like 70, and people just, so yeah, do it really well. And,
would you say this is the base of your operation? Right?
Yeah, it is. When we originally started the bakery, I had a vision of doing bread, like having a little French bakery, bread on racks and everything, and people just don't have an affinity for bread. So we started doing pastries, and those are great, but you got to sell them that day or they're gone. And so the granola, it does well, and we make it as needed, but it doesn't stay on the shelf, but you don't have to get rid of it after 1 or 2 days.
Now, the thing is, we're here in Casey County,
yeah.
But when we air this, if folks haven't heard from this, they're going to wonder, how do I get a hold of some of the world's best granola?
Well, they can always come and visit us if they're down this way. We're in downtown Liberty behind City Hall. They can also get it from our website, staatsbakery.com. We're also on Etsy. Some people like buying through there. We do have a little bit of a footprint outside of the county. We're in a couple of health food stores, and we're looking for other partners to expand. We would love to, if people would like to have it in their area, have them give us a call, and we'll see if we can do something.
That is the best granola on the face of the earth. And I am coming here today as a paying customer, so I'm glad you got some on the shelf.
We do. Yeah, we try to keep it. If I will run out of other things, don't run out of granola. I mean, that's the bar. We keep the granola on the shelf.
Thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Rick and Gina have made it to the farmer house. What's it smell like in here?
It smells good.
It smells good? Now, that fish that came from your pond was soaking in a little buttermilk. That's the first step. So I have two batters. One's a little Cajun-y, one's a little lemony. And I want you to try, each of you try each one and see which one you like the best. I love guinea pigs.
All right. Well, we're
Go for
game.
it.
We're game. Go ahead. You try some of this and some of this.
This should be sufficiently cooled. I don't want to see anybody burn their mouth.
That's good.
You tried that one, right?
I tried this one.
Switch your room.
I'm still eating.
Now, Rick, I just got to tell you, he's a health nut, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Normally, he would probably broil his fish and put something in, and it's wonderful like that. But every now and then, you got to be bad.
Well, catfish are born to be fried.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
mean,
Now try that one. Did you try that one?
I did.
And which one's your favorite?
I think that one.
The first one.
The first one.
Interesting. You probably tasted the lemon in the first one and more the Cajun in the second one. You like the lemon, you like the Cajun.
But I like them both.
But that's unusual because he likes the Cajun.
Maybe I should try another piece.
You should probably try another piece just to make sure.
That's really good.
You like it? Now see, the simple little thing like having fish in your backyard. That's what we do here. We got lamb over here.
That's right.
We got cattle over here. And I'm going to start sneaking into your pond. You won't know I'm ever there. And you'll go out one day and like, where's my fish? And you'll see me over here going, that was good. Of course, if I have a lamb disappear, I'll know what happened.
Yeah, we can maybe do a trade.
There we go. Let's be legal about it. This is something you can make yourself. What I use is bolted yellow cornmeal, and I use about 3 to 1 cornmeal, and then the lesser being the flour, all-purpose flour. Then the seasoning is up to you. You can do anything, and you can add stuff after the fact too if you want to squeeze some lemon on that or whatever. Now I'm going to suggest something. I don't know what Gina's going to think about this. What about an oyster?
Traditionally, I do not like oysters.
But would you try this better?
Absolutely.
Now, here's what we're going to do. After we chow, would you all like to see the puppies?
Absolutely.
Everybody's talking about the puppies.
Yes.
Your eyes are open.
You
wait
need
to
see
a
'em.
puppy.
I can't wait to see the
You
puppies.
need a puppy.
We want to see them, but
We want to see them.
if she sees them, though, it might be dangerous. One might be missing when we leave.
Let's try some oysters, and we'll go visit the puppies.
Sounds good.
This one's part cat.
What was that?
You say that again.
I've never seen him be so vocal. There's your mom. There's your mom.
All right, here we sat after a big catfish dinner. What's for dessert? Not puppies. Listen how vocal these guys are. You know what? You can't beat puppies and you can't beat catfish. But something else you can't beat is our Facebook page, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Check out our Facebook page. Tell your friends about it. Have them like it. You like it too. And if you have missed some shows, we only have about 8 gazillion of them. Check us out at timfarmerscountrykitchen.com where you can see all our recipes, all our shows, and puppies. We got puppies on there as well.
That's a good dog there. That's your best dog right here. Listen to him barking.
He's a wolf. There's nothing better than puppies.
Yeah, same with this one. This one's fine.
Well, a half hour has flown by. We've eaten good food. We've visited with good friends. Which reminds me, this show is all about
Good times.
Good friends and good eats.
We'll see you next week on Tim Farmer's Country. Bye.
Get him, baby. Get him.
Kitchen.
To order a cookbook or DVD of the show, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to CKY, Canoe Kentucky, Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm,